Well, we've been talking about the 360-degree leadership matrix. 4 quadrants. There's personal leadership, family leadership, your community and civic leadership, and then your vocational leadership or influence. Today I want to talk about your community involvement, your community leadership. What does it look like for a man, for a woman, for a young person to be engaged in influencing the culture around them? You know, I was raised in a very strong Christian church type environment, and one of the things that we were taught, maybe indirectly, but still it was there, was that, you know, when you become a Christian, when you become a church person, you sort of abandon all the other elements of culture. You know, entertainment, not your concern. Hollywood, not your concern. Business, not your concern. Government, not your concern. And in a sense, the people that should be administering high levels of influence in these various spheres of culture have abdicated their responsibility and just isolated themselves, just doing the deal over here as good Christians. So I want to challenge you today to think about something. The world is going to look exactly like the influence you give it. Think about it. If you disengage, if you choose not to be the leader in your community, the leader in your civic organization, the leader in government, the leader in whatever sphere you're called to administer influence in, if you choose just to say, nah, that's not my deal, I'm not going to worry with that, then what happens is we abdicate our responsibility and we give that over to other powers and other ideas and other small special interest groups, and they're going to influence that sphere, and it might not be the way you like it. So here's the piece. You can't complain about policies and laws being passed in Washington, D.C. if you're not involved in the process. You can't complain about what's happening at your son's high school or your daughter's high school if you're not involved in the school board, or if you're not inserting yourself into the mix, if you're not letting your voice be heard. You cannot complain about what's happening around you in culture or on TV or in Hollywood or in the movies and all of those things. You can't complain about those things if you've chosen to remove yourself from the game. I talk a lot in my work about the 7 spheres of cultural influence. Very simply, there are religion, the family, arts and entertainment, business and finance, communications, government, and education. These areas are the foundation. They're the epicenters of where everything happens in culture. Nations are built around those 7 cornerstones. And here's the piece. Somebody is influencing the thinking. Someone is leading in those spheres. Someone is setting the agenda for where those parts of culture are going to head. Why not you? Why not you? If we're going to have the life we want, the future we want, if we want our grandchildren to be guaranteed and assured a wonderful nation, a wonderful future, wherever you are in the world, I'm telling you, it's time for you and I to accept our responsibility and re-engage these areas and become leaders in our communities, leaders in our nations. We must take on the responsibility in order to see the change we desire to have happen. I'm Brian Holmes. Great to have you with us. Be the leader that God has called you to be.